everybody, Moondust here. Going to do a power ranking in one of my leagues after week 10. We got 4 more weeks left. Let's jump into it. Let's do tier one. There's only one team. It's been, I don't know, 8 9 weeks. This team, I mean, it lost last week, but I think Sky Gary just doesn't care. He's very confident he can lose this game. Versus Daniel. It's fine. He should still be number one. I don't think he even streamed that week. Yeah, he didn't even stream. Nobody did. But yeah, he's confident he's gonna get the number one spot. We will see what happens because YP is right behind him, about half a game back. I mean, the payout for first place in the regular season, I don't know what it is, but there's gonna be some payout, so it's worth grabbing the first place. So if you YP or Sky Gary, just try to win the rest of the games, and you be number one. And also, leader is not that far off. And Sky Gary, I mean, there's not much to talk about this team. He has a lot of guys out. Let's see if he can win this week against Dream Shakers. He's got Dylan. I mean, Dylan Wright is, other than the steals, he's not that too impressive, but he can get a bunch of steals, 1.4. But we don't know if the guy comes back. He might not play that many minutes because do they really want to develop him over like a Josh Jackson or Dennis Smith Jr.? I'm not entirely sure. So it's possible he comes back and not starting if Dennis Smith Jr. is playing well. We don't know. We'll see. What is his timetable? Let's see. Okay, grade 2, right groin strain. That might be, yeah, he might be out for a while. So if you don't have an IR, drop him for sure. The only impressive thing with him is probably the steals. So I would move on from him if you don't have an IR. He also got Derek White, who hasn't really played any games this season. Play one or two games, gets hurt, play a few games, and then COVID hit the entire Spurs team. He should be good on this team. I mean, like I said, this team, pound team, 3-4 categories, should be winning. But with OG and since coming back, OG hasn't really been playing that well. Mainly the steals are missing, and he also got Drew Holiday. So if those two guys are not getting steals, this team can be beaten, especially by, I think, my team and Horky's team. I think either me or Horky probably gonna be the 8th seed. Be perfectly okay play. I think Horky I think Horky is gonna struggle pretty hard against YP. Horky plays Sky Gary. If those two guys don't get that many steals, I think Horky could be great. I mean, my team as well. Yeah, so we'll see. In tier 2, right now there are two teams. I mean, honestly, I think realistically the teams can win the championship. It's probably Sky Gary if he doesn't play either me or Horky. I think the path to championship is very easy. The only two teams right now he might be considered a threat. So if both me and Horky miss the playoffs, it's probably game over. The YP, I mean, leader, I don't really see. No offense, but I don't really see them beating Sky Gary. Maybe you gotta pick up some big blocks guys. The team currently constructed, not possible. The tier 2 teams right now. Okay, I'll talk about YP's team. I mean, YP's team, sure. Versus most teams, no problem. Like, YP's gonna be strong. But how is he gonna beat Sky Gary? I mean, I said it to his face. I mean, how can you beat Sky Gary? Your efficiency, you're gonna lose. Your rebound, you're gonna lose. I mean, I'm not even sure with everybody back, can you even win rebound against, I don't know, my team? If Yusuf Nurkic come back, the 11.5 rebound becomes 7 rebound. And you really just have one big rebound guy, right? And he goes up and pick up Malik Beasley. You don't need Malik Beasley. Your team already has so many points and decent threes, right? Maybe you need Malik Beasley against one or two teams in the entire league. But hey, you don't have any defense and you have a shit ton of turnovers, so you just lose Sky Gary every time. This is just my opinion. YP can do what he wants. This is just my opinion. And I think leader's team at the moment probably not going to beat Sky Gary's team, to be honest. The blocks, leader's got a lot of blocks on his team, sure. Jared Allen, sure, let's say he averages two. Chris Boucher averaged two. But if you're not gonna pick up a few big blocks guys off the waiver wire, I don't think it would be close. I mean, it's probably 20-80 when leaders play him at the moment. Leader, has a lot of rebound, but man, Sky Gary has way more. Leader obviously can win the other categories, but the category Sky Gary is strong at, and leader doesn't have enough steals. So you gotta just accept the fact that you're gonna lose. And leaders got Doncic and De'Aaron Fox to turning the ball over. So you just gotta accept the fact that you're probably gonna lose field goal. Leader, but leader's team's field goal is really good, to be honest. But Sky Gary's got all the field goal anchors on his team. He's got like 5 guys shooting 55%. So it's just the way the Sky Gary's team is constructed. I just don't think against most teams, leaders got a great shot. Leaders got a lot of rebound, but no guys are averaging 10. Sky Gary's got like 3 guys averaging 11, 12 rebounds. Right? Assists, leaders got Doncic, sure. A leader can win assists, but it will be close. But it doesn't matter. Sky Gary doesn't need to. Sky Gary only needs to win one category out of steal and turnover. So yeah, I mean those are the two teams currently at tier 2. I don't think they run into Sky Gary in the finals. They have a shot. The tier 3 teams is the teams that are gonna make the playoffs, but probably not going to win it all. I mean, I would honestly put my team and Rookies team in tier 2, but our record-wise is pretty bad. That's just the way fantasy is. I mean, Rookies got some injuries going on, so he missed he lose a few games there and there. My team has been fairly healthy, just lost a couple of close matchups. So when that happens, there's only 14 games in the regular season, so that's what happens. I just don't think any teams can win it all. No disrespect to these 3 teams, even YB, like Dr. Walk by Kawhi Leonard's laugh and Nate Robinson. Just I don't think can really challenge Sky Gary at this point. Dr. Walk by, I mean, Andre Drummond is going. We don't know when Andre Drummond is gonna be playing, whatever team is gonna pick him up. We don't know that. So if that doesn't happen, if Walkby just loses Andre Drummond for free, yeah, I mean Walkby's got no shot. With Andre Drummond, he can try to win rebound, but it will be still tough. Like Sky Gary's got 3 guys averaging over 11 rebound, and Walkby's got Joel Embiid, who's gonna miss a couple games. And remember, the playoff schedule is 2 weeks, so it's the better team usually wins, right? Joel Embiid is gonna miss a couple games here and there, and he doesn't really have any other guy. After those 3 guys, he doesn't have a big rebound guy. The steals and the blocks not really close. I mean, he has decent defensive stats, but compared to Sky Gary, and he has a lot of turnover. We know that, and field goal wise, probably not. So at that point, you just lose. You already lost. But can make the playoffs at this point, 6-4. But I just don't know. At this point, you got to make some trades. If nobody makes trades, it's just not gonna happen, right? You just I don't think you can win versus Sky Gary. Kawhi Leonard's laugh has a great chance beating him, but I was talking about his block numbers because he has Miles Turner. But he's got too many guys currently at his roster not doing. He's got like Ja Morant, Terrence Ross. He has about 4 or 5 guys just completely useless when playing Sky Gary. I mean, unless he start picking up some guys that can give him blocks, I don't think when we get to the finals season, let's say they're meeting the playoffs, he's got to pick up 4 block guys to beat Sky Gary. I don't really see it happening. He does have Miles Turner, the biggest block guy in the entire league, but he has a lot of guys doesn't block any shots, right? Like a Mike Conley, you can't really drop Mike Conley. I guess in the finals you can. Kawhi Leonard blocking 0.6, that's just pretty good. But if you look at Sky Gary's team, everybody's blocking shots, so it's just very, very tough. I think Sky Gary at the moment, you can beat him in steals because Drew Holiday and OG have been out. We don't know how many steals they're gonna get. And the two biggest steals team in the entire league after him is my team and Horky's team. Nobody really has a chance, in my opinion. And Nate's team, I mean, Daniel's team. I don't think Daniel is even playing. He just picked up some wins. I think for Sky Gary, he wants Nate's to win. So me and Horky, one of us gonna be out of the playoffs, and so he may not have to play us in the first round, because I think there's a possibility. I play him or Horky plays him in the first round. We can beat him. And both teams got a lot of steals, right? So yeah, he just gifted some free wins here and there. I think Sky Gray might just punt the week intentionally. That would make sense for him. I don't really see this team making it all the way, go deep into the playoffs. He's got a pretty good roster, to be honest. Giannis has been going off. He's got Porzingis. So against most teams, should be fine. Like the blocks numbers, he's got a lot of blocks. He's got a decent amount of points. Just don't know. At this point, we're getting to end of the season, right? It's really up. Like if I'm gonna evaluate a team, it's just like, can you beat the best teams? Can you beat the best teams, or are you just like struggling? If everybody comes back healthy, can you beat the best teams? I don't think so, and I don't know, and I don't think Daniel streams that much. So yeah, let's talk about the tier. I mean, Horky, Lian, triple double, Noah says, and my team, we should all be tier 3, and the last 3 teams are already out of the playoffs. I mean, all 3 teams are all guard teams. Horky's team, I think, with everybody healthy and with how well Draymond has been playing, looking pretty scary. And he also got Marcus Smart out. So if Marcus Smart does come back, Horky's steals is. I mean, Horky's got a lot of steals, I think. Got Marcus Smart, got Draymond Green. All guards team usually just have a lot of steals. I mean, to be honest, looking at it now, and also Fran VanVleet. So he's got like 3 big steals guys, while Sky Gary's got like maybe 5 or 6. But in a 2-week span, it's possible that steals is high variance. You know what I mean? So if he plays him, Horky's gonna have more assists, sure. So it just comes down to steals. So I imagine if Horky does end up playing Sky Gary in the first round, he might just drop Buddy Hield. 0.8 is okay. Well, we'll see. Eldridge is definitely a drop. But all of Horky's core players, they get steals. So that's great. I think because the top team in this league is so one-dimensional, every team, they just the way they look up the top teams, they just say, how can I beat it? It all comes down to 1 or 2 categories, because you probably have no chance of beating Sky Gary in 3 or 4 categories. There's only one category you can beat. It's either steals or blocks. But he's picked up so many big blocks guys, it's become tough. In the beginning of the season, I think a lot of teams actually has a chance beating them. But now he's picked up Nerlens Noel. We don't know how much value he has moving forward, but he's blocking like 2 shots a game. And he also picked up like guys like Derek White. If somebody else picked up Nerlens Noel, Derek White, maybe you have more blocks than him. But at the moment, you really don't. The Lian's team triple double assists. I think if this team can be the 7th seed and play YP just gonna lose. He has more points than YP, right? He has more rebound than YP. Once Nurkic comes back, he's more efficient than YP. He has fewer turnovers than YP, and the steals and blocks, it's 50-50. Maybe he has more steals than YP, to be honest. So YP does not want to. Actually, YP doesn't want to play near the playoff, like the 7th or 8th seed, because all the guards team are on the bottom half of the standings. So if you play them, he's gonna struggle, and all his guys are overperforming like crazy. Right? I didn't even check YP's team. All his guys are overperforming like crazy. He's got Norman Powell averaging freaking 24 points. Maybe 24 points in last month or so. He's got Ernest Cantor averaging 15 rebounds a game. When that happens, Nurkic come back, taking all the rebounds away, right? Terry Rozier has been overperforming also like crazy, although he struggled a bit lately. So his team is already at the ceiling. And Julius Randle, of course, the free throws. And the thing with him is he doesn't really have a big free throw anchor. So there will be times where one of you guys troll, and I guess Devin Booker has really upped his free throw, 5.6. He doesn't have like Damian Lillard. He doesn't have a James Harden. High volume with high usage. High volume with high percentage. He doesn't really have any guy like that. Everybody shoots 3 or 4. So for example, if Julius Randle starts trolling, goes for 6 for, 10 for 20 in a week, which is very possible, he's gonna lose free throw as well. Versus all the guard teams, very possibly. So yeah, and even if he beats a guard team, he's just not gonna beat Scott Gary because defense. He doesn't have any defensive stats. And then my team, my chance of making the playoff at this moment is 30%. I think I have to beat Horky this week, otherwise I'm probably out of it, which I'm okay with. This is just fantasy. I've been running pretty good before. I've been running pretty good in fantasy football this season as well, so it's time. My team is honestly not bad. I think if I make the playoffs, I have probably a chance to. I have a maybe 40% chance of beating Scott Gary, and I'm not really afraid of, especially YP's team. The top tier teams and leaders team. I think I'm a guard team, so I don't struggle that much versus a big man teams. Other than Scott Gary, because he's got so many assists, steals on his team. But we'll see. And then the last 3 teams are already out of the playoffs. Vignesh, just KD is out. He had Jimmy Butler out for so long, came back, and then KD starts to be out. And the rest of the team, he doesn't really have that much depth. So when one of your top guys, Chris Paul, has been playing really, really well. So yeah, it's I think he also gave up. Yeah, he's really not playing. So pretty much the bottom 3 teams, if you play them, it's free wins. Will won 2 straight and then just lost every single game. And Kinship also not trying. So now those guys are trying. So it's pretty clear who is already out of the playoffs. Those 3 teams. So if you play those 3 teams, get the free wins, and that's pretty much how I view our current league. I'll do another one next week.